About a year ago, the issue came up as to what do we do with M83, particularly with the master plans that are being developed at the time and will be developed in the corridor, most specifically next at Gaithersburg East. It's hard to do a master plan without knowing the fate of a particular major project like that.
Part of the challenge is, in terms of the proposals that have been floated, is that they cut out those very constituents. One of the great things about having this before the planning board is that people will be able to have their voices heard, whether they're for or against the project, but also that have suggestions, that have ideas about things that we can do to make this project work, or things that we might be able to do in place of this project. That's the great thing about having this before the planning board and having that public hearing. Having those work sessions that you just highlighted was a great part of the work plan and the successes that you had throughout the year. I think that same thing is owed to our community when it comes to something that's as major a project as this. So I do think that it would be a big mistake for us to just shift this to Department of Transportation and isolate the very people who this is meant to either support or affect or have an impact on. That is a big mistake for us. And so that is a reason why I would not support going in that direction. I certainly appreciate and understand, and it's the reason why I opened my comments with saying we understand the compression that you're in. I've never asked for a deadline. I've never suggested that it needs to be before this council in January. I'm not sure where that ever started, but especially as the district council member who represents the constituency who this is going to be greatly affected by, I've never said this needs to be before us. So I'm not sure who that came from or how it came about that that's a part of the discussion, but just my very recommendation to Ms. Wright encompasses saying that we take something like this and give it to you in January and you come back when you come back. If it takes 18 months, if it takes 2 years to do it right, let's do it right. There's no rushing this. I mean, this is something that's major and it's going to have huge impacts, not just on the community, but also on our economic development, which is why I also tied it in and was asking Ms. Wright about what's going on. We have a lot of development plans that are being currently floated in Germantown. This is going to have huge implications. Not even just that, but you're also talking about one of the largest constituencies in Montgomery County. While yes, Councilmember Berliner has lots of plans, the reality is that none of those plans affect 100,000 people like this will. And so from that perspective, I really just ask that we go with option 2. We involve the community. We really have them engaged. Let's not rush this. In fairness to everyone, it's not fair to rush something like this that's so important. And so I think that's the direction we should go in. Thank you, Mr. President.